Okay, what's going on, everyone? We are back for another MMA related video. Some news broke yesterday, or some partial news, I guess you could say. Jorge Masvidal has changed his nickname from Gamebred to Jorge Blessed Masvidal. The news broke via Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, and I've now seen it on a few MMA news I guess Instagram pages, where they've said that their Kamaru Usman is injured and they are looking to do Leon Edwards versus Jorge Masvidal for the title. This is insane. I mean, Jorge Masvidal literally should change his nickname to Blessed. At least when Max Holloway lost 3 times in a row to the current UFC featherweight champion, and he did lose that second fight, for the record. I love Max Holloway. He lost that fight 3 rounds to 2. He beat Yair Rodriguez in between, and he might have even beaten someone else, Calvin Kattar, in between the second and third fight between him and Volk. Man, Jorge Masvidal. I can't fathom it. I can't understand. I love Jorge Masvidal. I've got a poster that I'm trying to get a frame for so I can put it up. It's like a painting of Jorge when he KO'd Askren. You know, I love Jorge. I liked him before the hype. He's just a cool dude, I think. I mean, he's been kind of goofy lately, but yeah, man. I mean, I have a feeling this may have been requested by Leon Edwards. I'm thinking he wants a big payday. The problem with that is I don't think Jorge Masvidal is the draw that he once was in 2020 and maybe even 2021. After his amazing comeback victory of Darren Till, his what the fuck? Wait, camera won't focus. Sorry. Yeah, his comeback victory of Darren Till, his spectacular fucking record-breaking KO of Ben Askren, and then the amazing performance he put on against Nate Diaz. I think that the pay-per-view numbers of Jorge Masvidal versus Kamaru Usman 1 had a lot to do with the hype that he had acquired from those 3 fights. Not to mention, that fight card also had Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski on it. It also had Petr Yan versus Jose Aldo on it. And it was the first fight held at Fight Island in Abu Dhabi. It's fucking crazy, dude. The thing is, though, it'll be a good fight. If this is really what the UFC is planning on doing, this is gonna be a great fight. A lot of people... Well, hold on. Let me get back to the pay-per-view side first. Jorge Masvidal, in his second fight against Kamaru Usman, sold half the pay-per-views that they sold in the first fight. Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington, the numbers weren't even released. If they were good numbers, they would have released them, but they didn't. I don't think that he has the pay-per-view star power that people think he does. But people saying that Jorge's washed up, that's a stretch, because the dude's lost to, like, the 2 best welterweights on the planet right now. And, you know, like, who fucking doesn't lose to Colby or Kamaru? Besides, I guess, Leon after a beautiful head kick KO, but after being dominated for the vast majority of that fight. Kamaru Usman's the only guy to really beat Colby Covington as of late. I mean, maybe Hamzat beats Colby, something like that. But again, like, we're talking about the elite of the elite. This fight, though, between Jorge Masvidal and Kamaru Usman may not have the same implications in terms of, like, who's the best welterweight on the planet, right? Because Jorge Masvidal cannot be in that picture, considering he's lost to both Colby and Kamaru. It will objectively be a more fun fight to watch, though. It'll be more fan-friendly, 100%. There's no arguing that. The reason being is because if you don't think that Kamaru Usman in the rematch versus Leon Edwards, where he was comfortably winning up until he got head kick KO with 1 minute left in the entire fight, on his way to a 49-46 decision victory, right? If you don't think that that man is going to play it as safe as he possibly can and fucking take down Leon Edwards at every chance he gets, you're out of your goddamn mind. Like, it'll be a boring rematch, in my opinion, I think, unless Leon's somehow able to get the jump on him again. But I have a feeling that during that rematch, Kamaru Usman is going to be, like, doing what he did versus Jorge the first time. And it would be fucking boring. And I don't want Kamaru Usman to get his belt back. Because it's just too boring, man. I don't like... People can call me a casual because I don't like watching him fight, dude. He's got one good knockout against Jorge Masvidal, and it's not because his striking has improved to the level that he is now all of a sudden a better kickboxer than Jorge Masvidal. That punch that he landed, when he landed it, he was looking down, like at the fucking floor, and he threw it like he was throwing a fastball. And the reason it landed is because Jorge Masvidal was worried about the takedown. It's the same kind of thing as when Khabib knocked down Conor. It is not that Kamaru is a better striker than Jorge Masvidal, and it is not that Khabib is a better striker than Conor McGregor. It's the threat of the takedown is how that happened. With Leon Edwards, though, I don't think that threat is going to be there. I think Leon Edwards is going to want to piece Jorge Masvidal up on the feet. And I think we're going to get an awesome striking match with maybe some clinch work from Leon, right? Elbows and all that on the breaks. But I don't think it's going to be like shoot for the legs, get stuff, shoot for the legs again, get the takedown. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be back and forth. Striking. At least that would be what my early prediction would be. And for those of you that think Jorge Masvidal's washed up, like, you're out of your fucking mind. I get that he's old. He's almost 40. He's only lost to the two best welterweights on the planet. In terms of striking, he is still, in my opinion, at least one of the best. His hands are nasty with it. He doesn't box as much as he once did. He's got a bit more of a Muay Thai stance, but his body kicks are nasty. His leg kicks are nasty. I mean, the dude's nasty anywhere. And I get that they've got kind of like a... not quite like a dolly bus incident, but something like that. Something that happened backstage between the two. Something that they can sell. And I think it's going to be a fun fight, man. Do I think Jorge Masvidal's deserving of a title shot? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's lost 3 fights in a row, 2 of which were to the champion that Leon Edwards just put into the fucking shadow realm. And, you know, and then was ragdolled by Colby. But when they were on the feet in that fight, him versus Colby, he looked pretty good. I mean, not as the rounds went on. He slowed down a bit because he was exhausted from getting fucking ragdolled. But Jorge Masvidal's not fucking just shit now because he lost to the two top guys in the division. Like, imagine saying that about anybody else. Imagine saying that Max Holloway is garbage because he's lost to Alexander Volkanovski 3 times. You know what I mean? It's not legit. It's not a legit thing to say, man. Jorge Masvidal should, though, I think, get 2 angel wings tattooed on his back and change his nickname to fucking Blessed because, dude, the guy's fucking playing on easy mode. He's got a ton of extra lives. It's like he fucking... Yeah. I don't know. Could you imagine, dude, if Jorge Masvidal got the belt off Leon Edwards? Jesus fucking Christ. What kind of world would we live in? I wonder what would happen there. If what they would do is a Leon Edwards Jorge Masvidal rematch so that they could maybe get Leon to win, and then they could do a fucking trilogy. Or do they want Leon to get it back so then they could go back and do the rematch with Kamaru? Or do they hope that Leon wins and then takes whatever star power Jorge Masvidal has left into his next fight with Usman so that they sell more pay-per-views? Like, I want to know what the long-term strategy here is, because I wonder, dude, if there's any argument that Jorge Masvidal still sells pay-per-views, it would be the UFC giving him a 3rd title shot coming off of 3 losses. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't release Colby Masvidal numbers for... I don't know. But it's fucking crazy, dude. Now, this news broke... Again, I think I said at the beginning, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. And I've seen a few MMA pages post about it now. Obviously, it's not confirmed, but I can't... Dude, do you think Dana's salty that Bilal Muhammad is in Jared Gordon's corner? Or, like, what the fuck, dude? How does Bilal Muhammad not get a fucking title shot over Jorge Masvidal? How does Hamzat not get a fucking title shot over Jorge Masvidal? How does Gilbert Burns? And I know he's coming off of a loss, but he also beat Wonderboy before his Hamzat fight. To be honest, there's Jorge Masvidal is ranked 11. Right. On Saturday, I thought it was bad that Jamal Hill was getting a title shot. He's ranked 7th. This makes that look totally acceptable. Yeah. This is Jorge Masvidal's best chance to win a fucking belt, dude. Street Jesus is blessed. Dana White doesn't give a fuck anymore, dude. He's what rankings? Like, we're going back to the old days, man, where Anderson Silva gets a title shot off of 1 victory. Shit like that. Just total star power. Brock Lesnar type shit. Like, this is insane. And I'm for it, dude. I like the chaos. I don't give a fuck, if I'm being honest. Could you imagine? Man, if Jorge Masvidal, like, knocks out Leon Edwards or some shit, dude, and we've got Jorge Masvidal as the welterweight champion of the world, and that means we know deep down in our hearts that the champion is not the best in the world. That's what that means. You know? I mean, fuck, dude. This is crazy. Yeah, I don't know, I don't got much else to say about it. I'm pretty stunned, honestly. If I had to give like an early prediction on that fight, I would probably say Leon Edwards by decision. Maybe like a 49-46 type deal. That being said, though, don't think for a fucking second that Jorge Masvidal has zero chance to win that fight. That is, like, quite frankly, the best matchup he could ask for in the top 10. If there was a champion that was a good, like, if there ever was a champion that's a good matchup for him, I'm fucking retarded. Leon Edwards would be that guy. My camera's fucking up again. That's awesome. I love it. Okay. He shouldn't be getting a good matchup, though. He doesn't deserve it. He hasn't earned it. I wish he would fucking fight, man. His Instagram does not get the kind of engagement it once did. I just feel like he's lost a lot of that hype that was behind him coming off those 3 huge victories. You know, and I know MMA math doesn't work this way. This is not how it works. I've watched the sport for too long to know that this is not how it works. But if you look at the fights that both he and Leon Edwards had between Nate Diaz, like, Jorge Masvidal looks like the far superior striker. Especially in that first round. God damn, dude. He beat the shit out of Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is just can't be stopped. Indestructible. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. This is fucking blowing me away. Yeah. Fuck. I'm gonna upload a picks video tomorrow for UFC Fight Night. Strickland versus Cannonier versus Strickland, whatever the fuck. Still doing a bit of research for that, watching old fights. So fucking tune into that if you want to see it. Be uploaded tomorrow. I went 9-2-1 on UFC 282's picks, so doing pretty fucking good if you ask me. Yeah. Sorry, my energy might not be as up as I wanted it to be, but I did just wake up and I've dealing with a camera that doesn't want to focus on my ugly mug, so Leon Edwards versus Jorge Blessed Masvidal. Yeah. If you like the content, subscribe. Please like this video. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. Ta-ta.